co-pilot on the Voyager KC-30. Been with the Air Force 7-8 years now. So yeah, we're out here on exercise pitch black. We brought 4 Eurofighter Typhoons, trailed them across the globe from the UK to be here to take part in the exercise. We're here for about 3 weeks. We'll be finishing the exercise after today, then heading back to the UK, taking the Eurofighters back again across the globe. So taking part with so many different nations is a great opportunity for us to get some training, practice what we do with loads of other nations. So we tank with F-35s, the Americans, we've got the Australian F-35 as well, F-18s, Eurofighters, our guys, there's German Eurofighters that we tank with as well. So quite a wide range of different jets that we can tank with, yeah. There's a few differences in our procedures for night time. Obviously it's slightly more risky. I think when you talk to the fast jet guys, some of the more dangerous flying that they do is taking off the back of this. You know, they're 90 feet away from you. So when you're doing that at night, it just adds to the complexity. So we change our procedures to try and mitigate any risk with that. We haven't done any of that here yet, but that's coming next week on the exercise.
We have deterrence mission. So also those aircraft, 2 seats, are really dedicated for such a mission. And of course we train to do that. That's the key point of our defense. But also the main subject is to be interoperability with anybody, with any coalition, EU, NATO, this part of the world, to be able to be connected and work together. Those aircraft are L-16 RBU-2, so they upgrade this connectivity just to be able to operate anywhere in the world. That's what we did, what we do in France, what we are coming to do here, and also it's challenging to fly with this 4th generation of aircraft, with the 5th generation F-35, but also with the Sukhoi, also with other nations, just to see how we are able to work together in case of.
My name is Captain Kretzer. I'm here in the detachment, the technical operation officer of our squadron. Our squadron, Tactical Fighter Wing 74 in the south of Germany in Bavaria, maybe 80 kilometers nearby Munich. And in normal operation, I'm the aircraft inspector of the avionics system to declare the airworthiness. On our way to Darwin, it was an amazing way. Through Abu Dhabi, Singapore and here. And after the 3 weeks of pitch black and 2 weeks of Kakadu exercise, we went back to Singapore, stay 1 week in Singapore with 3 aircraft local flying, and 3 aircraft went to Japan and to make a short visit. And I hope we will be back on the 6th of October in Germany with all aircraft. Yeah.
My name is Group Captain B.S. Reddy. I am the commanding officer of 20 Squadron Lightnings. We are based in Air Force Station Pune, which is close to Mumbai, around 250 kilometers from Mumbai. So I have been flying Sukhoi from last 18 years, and I got close to 2,500 hours on Mighty Flanker. This is my first time to exercise pitch black. However, as an Indian Air Force, we have participated in many international exercises, including Red Flag in USA, Garuda in France, Desert Eagle with UAE, Indradhanush with UK. The training airspace is quite bigger, devoid of any civil traffic in the area. However, on the Darwin airfield there is a lot of traffic, civil traffic. In India, because of the economy is growing, we have a lot of civil traffic. However, we have certain areas earmarked where we can undertake our training. Everyone got good points, so everyone is here to learn the good points of the other countries, and we are finding very good here in Australia. Indian Air Force is a life, and you can only dream of it. As a kid, when a youngster is growing, he would always like to become a fighter pilot. So make your dreams true.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Yoga Barong. My call sign is Barong. I'm a wing commander, number 3 wing commander, and this is the 3 squadrons commanding officer, and this is the EXO from a 3 squadron. We bought 6 F-16 from 3 squadron. Our base is on Bradshaw Air Force base. Yeah, we bring 88 person come here to join Pitch Black 2022. We have 2 F-16 squadron, 3 squadron and 16 squadron, and this is our opportunity to bring the 3 squadron. Maybe the next Pitch Black will be another squadron. The flying is especially in Darwin, the weather is very good, very nice at this time compared to our country, and the complexity in the exercise, especially in Pitch Black 22, is very complex because this is our opportunity to fly with more than 50 plus aircraft. Yeah, it's very good compared to in our country. Well, joining the Air Force in Indonesia is a good opportunity to us, to young people. If you want to come to become a Air Force personnel, especially pilot, you can go to another country. It's very easily. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Captain V from South Korea. I work for the Korean Air Force. I fly F-16. I've been flying for F-16 like 7 years, and we brought this aircraft, this awesome aircraft here. Yeah, I just like being here in Australia. Darwin, this is a really good place to hang out and fly. There are a lot of mountains, and Korea is quite a small country, so we've got a lot of limits to exercise and things like that. But Australia is really big place and big continent, so this is our good opportunity. This is really good opportunity for us to fly over Australia and to fly with a lot of nations here. Yeah. Of course, this is my favorite aircraft because my aircraft. Yeah.
Major Scott Addy. I'm from the 67th, originally from Colorado, which is awesome. And then flying the F-15C Eagle, and I've been flying it since 2016. So for a couple years now, about 6 years. This is my first pitch black. Unfortunately, we have not been able to get it down here previously. Tried several times, but it seems like a different unit was sent down here every single time. It is a dream come true. So luckily, my dad was an F-15 pilot back in the day, so I grew up around the F-15 watching him fly. In fact, his last flight in the Eagle was down at Kadena, where I'm currently stationed, so being able to fly at the same place and the same aircraft that my dad flew has been a dream come true. For F-15s, we're at least having the E model stick around for a while, and then I know that there's somewhere in the budget there's money for the EX. So what that is going to look like in the future is unknown, but hopefully we'll be able to keep flying the Eagle for a while. So first time flying with the Brits and the Germans, so pretty awesome to be able to do that. And then a majority of these guys I've flown with previously. Singapore, this is actually my first time with Singapore as well. But with the Jazz Staff, we fly often. And then we've actually, so the Indians, the Su-30 MKIs, we flew with them back in Cope, India 2018. In December, and that was a great time. So there are a couple pilots out here that I was able to fly with while we were down there. So awesome being able to see all the aircraft again. The firepower that we've got on this base is pretty phenomenal, and seeing all the other fighter pilots is obviously really great. Yep. So the Eagle, obviously it is an older aircraft, but they have a lot of upgrades that have made it or kept it relevant. And then for the continuation, the money and the upgrades are going now into the EX. So in terms of that, the capability, as they try and replace the C model, or it goes away and is replaced by something that is more capable, that's kind of where I see the Eagle right now. Is we're kind of at the limit of where they're going to continue to fund and keep it as a relevant platform.
When you've got 70 odd aircraft, jets fighting in one bit of airspace, it becomes what we call a TAC domestic kind of nightmare, where you'll have so many jets in a small bit of sky, and making sure you don't hit each other is one of the biggest things that we have to learn as a multinational kind of conglomerate of aircraft. So to be honest, the tactical execution is a really important part of it, but it's actually more about how do we take off from Darwin at an appropriate time to get into the airspace, marshal there for a period of time, and then execute on timeline, not hit each other, not have any, I guess, deconfliction and safety off-flight issues. So that's one of the big things that we kind of work through in these type of exercises, particularly with a fairly small window of only 2 weeks to do that. So that's one of the highlights for this mission. It is really important, like that multinational part is super important, to the point where we have some countries in there that English is their second language. So you can imagine some of the things you have to work through with just the language barriers alone. So it's really important that we do this stuff so that we can actually do it in anger one day. Okay, the jet itself, so talking a bit about what it is. So it's obviously 5th gen, whatever that means. But I guess fundamentally what it does do is, in terms of hard points, like the weapons we have, we've got 4 internal, we've got 6 external, including a gun on the A model as well. Empty, it's about 30,000 pounds. I guess full up, it's kind of 50,000 plus pounds. We've got 18,000 pounds of fuel. So if you go back to a classic Hornet, that is kind of a 3 bag, so 3 external tanks is what we're looking there for internal fuel. We obviously don't really fly that much with external stuff, so all the sensors, all the weapons, all the fuel is all internal. So that is a really critical point to think about when you're comparing 4th gen to 5th gen, and you read all the unclassified numbers for 4th gen, you go, oh, holy hell, that can go really fast and it can turn really well compared to the F-35. It's like normally though, that's in a clean configuration on a 4th gen versus a full up war round on an F-35. So that's really important to consider when you're thinking about those numbers.
since 2018, where I did my training with the US Navy. Now we've come over to exercise pitch black for the next 3 weeks, just to fly up here with all the nations. So the Growler, it's our electronic attack platform of the Air Force, and it's pretty much capable of denying and degrading military comms. Military comms, radars, stuff like that, and that's kind of our job to help deny the electromagnetic spectrum to help our blue forces survive there. That's primarily in a nutshell what Growler is. We're based in Amberley, so RAF base Amberley. We have 11 Growlers in the RAF. So I'm an electronic warfare officer, and I've been doing that for 5 years. It's a good job. Everything's different. It's pretty challenging. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Growler. There's a lot of comms. There's a lot of ESM being our wingtip receivers there. Going through all that data is pretty intensive, and everything sort of changes every day depending on where we fly and where we go. So that's kind of my role. I work with the pilot to do that, but we kind of work together. We're a crew of 2, and we need 2 people to be able to handle the comms and handle the Growler and the way it operates. So I'm pitch black 6 Squadron. So we're just here for we're the only electronic attack aircraft, and we're primarily here to kind of support the Blue Force in jamming and protection. That's kind of our role. We're taking a big lead in Red Force leads, so we kind of are running Red Force mission commander. I just landed before we were the Red mission commander, and we control the Red package to present a training picture for Blue and how they're going to go ahead and prosecute and do their training. So we're running that. We generically can jam some air radars, so we provide some sort of training for that, so for them to work through that kind of issue with the Growler.